Okay, so I think I'm going to probably start a new series of cars hardly driven in Gran Turismo Sport on YouTube. YouTube Gran Turismo Sport. Um, there's quite a few cars. I mean, if you want to compare it to the last two Gran Turismos, there's not as many cars, and there's definitely not as many fucking tracks. But there's quite a few cars on here, and I do a lot of Gran Turismo watching on YouTube, and there's a lot of cars that I don't see. Everybody wants to fucking be driving the fastest shit. So I'm gonna kind of drive around in VR with some of these cars and do time lapse and compare them to each other and do some basic stupid commentary. So I'm just gonna I want to drive cars that not that you don't really see online too much, you know. So we're gonna start off this first episode of what should we call it? We're gonna call it cars hardly driven in GT Sport. Yeah, is that good? We're gonna start off with the DS3, the Citroen, and we're gonna leave it completely stock. I think I probably tuned it a little. Wait, I think I did. I tuned it a little bit. So whatever. We'll just drive it just as it is, and then we'll see how it runs here, and we'll find something else that is hardly driven in Gran Turismo Sport. YouTube game racing time trials. So yeah, I don't have any times logged here yet, so we're just gonna go. And you know, for I really like to drive the sport soft car, soft tires. Main reason is because it's somewhat of a. It's not that it's a challenge, you know, but it's just, you know, I like to drive imperfect cars. I don't like to drive cars that are just so easy to drive. You can drive super fast around any turn, and you know, I don't like that. I like to have to work a little bit. So I am using the G29 Logitech steering wheel. This car turns really well. The G29 steering wheel with the Logitech 6-speed shifter. So if you hear something like that, that means I'm misshifting. But I've been a little bit more aware of pressing the clutch all the way, you know, because when you're shifting really fast, you don't necessarily press the clutch down all the way. So that's what I've been working on a little bit, and so far, this car is pretty cool. It's really fun. I'm having fun driving it, for sure. The first time I ever heard of or saw this car, obviously I've never seen one in real life because we don't have Citroen here in the United States. But the first time I heard of it was on, I think, season 19 or 20 of Top Gear, and James, Jeremy, and Richard, they all went to France. They went to Monaco, and they all got to drive hatchbacks, you know, fast hatchbacks around Monaco racetrack in France. And Jeremy picked the DS3 hot hatch. Yeah, that's what we call them. We call them hot hatches. Jeremy had the DS3. James had, was it a Peugeot? I'm not sure. And Richard had the Fiat 500, which they claimed wasn't a hatchback. I don't know. Is it? It looks like one. I mean, it looks like one. What would you call a Volkswagen Bug? The Beetle, what would you call that? If that's a hatchback, then the Fiat 500 is a hatchback. But I don't think I would call the Beetle a hatchback. Would you? I don't know, dude. So that was the first time I heard or seen this car. the DS3 was on that episode, and I think it won. I think it got the best time. I don't know if it's because Jeremy's driving or if it was the car itself. It would be cool to see them do kind of like them switch out on the cars and do times that way, but you've only got 1 hour to film this. You've only got 1 hour of footage to show. Spent 13 hours just showing everybody doing turns around Monaco. Oh, mischief, see? Shifted into 6, bro. Our last lap time was 2:18. Looks like we're about a second ahead, according to my ghost car here. And usually for this, man, I do about 3 laps. If I feel like 1 lap was completely wasted, especially my 3rd one, I will do 1 more lap. But I usually just do I looked at the virtual reality shifter, and it's definitely not the same place that the actual shift, my physical shifter is in, so hence that mischief, dudes. Not an excuse. And I don't know what I was talking about right before that happened, so we're just gonna drive this shit. See if I can get in front of this ghost car here. It's like you don't really want to drive it this way, but sometimes you gotta be aggressive so you can get a little bit more speed around some of these turns. So we're gonna have to concentrate deeply, completely deeply in this next lap. The interior, right? Nice bucket seats, dude. Oh man, very nice. I don't like the graphics on the dash. Oh, see. This is an instant when I would do a 1 more lap, because I'm just not paying attention, so I'm gonna have to pay attention on this next one here. Not this one. This is just gonna be a practice lap because it's not gonna count considering that first turn there on that chicane. It's so sharp. Let's see, even with that mistake, if I can catch up. Catch up. Bro. Yeah. I was gonna tell the story, but I decided not to. Why? Well, because it's one of those you gotta be there type of things, man. But I will say this. Not telling the story really had me in a pickle. It's not a really big deal. This fucking thing, dude. I think with a good run that I'm happy with, I think I can get I can do this lap a lap in about 2:10. I think I can do 2:12, between 2:12 and 2:10. I'm a little bit skeptical on the 2:10, but 2:12 really seems feasible. See, I'm reaching for the virtual shifter now. Again. Now and again. Alright. I may be quiet. I may be a little bit quiet on this next lap. It is this one's gonna have to count. So I need to concentrate a little bit. At least during some of the harder turns. Hard turn, Shinarsh. Most cars can take this turn right here, full throttle. In fact, I don't think I've driven a car that I have not been able to go full throttle there. Depending on the tires, of course. But most cars will take that. Doing alright so far. I need to clean up some of my lines, and I need to brake a little bit later because I'm braking too early, which means that the brakes on this car are pretty damn good, man. Just in the back of my head, I'm considering what kind of tires I'm using, so I try to brake a little bit earlier, but the car seems to be doing pretty damn good, man. And as far as my ghost car, I can't really see it, so let's see what kind of times we run. Alright, 210 is gone, 212. Alright. That's reasonable. It's a little bit more than I expected, but you know, I bet if I did 10 laps, I can eat up a lot of that time. I can shave off some of those seconds. I can poop out some of these milliliters. Oh, there you go, misshift. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. This was the Citroen DS3. Model 4500 bean sprout. Hit like if you like this video of weirdness, and yeah, dudes, peace out. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and shit too. I don't know, whatever, you can do whatever you want, right? See, I don't. Peace.